Hey everybody, and welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we are going to show you how to use the Microsoft OneNote app online. Let's begin. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to open a web browser and go to OneNote Online. Now, from here, you might want to sign in with your Microsoft account. If you haven't already, you have the perfect opportunity for you to sign up, which is very easy, and it's free. And just follow the on-screen instructions. After successfully signing in, you will be forwarded to the main homepage. Now, in this section, you can create or open notebooks if you want. All right. Let's try to click the new button here, and maybe we're gonna rename our notebook as how to use the OneNote Online and click the create button. What would happen is you will be forwarded here. Right, so once the notebook is open, you have the option to add a new page if you want it. For example, we're going to add a page. We're going to rename it as this one. You see the date has been put here as part of the history and activity tracking. Now, you can do multiple things here. For example, if I put in something here as a note, you have the option for the editing. You can click the editing to make any changes, viewing the file but make no changes. All right, that means if you don't want one of your team collaborators or your other freelancers, multiple freelancers to edit this specific file, you might want to click the viewing only so they don't accidentally delete the file that you're working. Now, in the insert option, you can insert file, insert link if you want. In this section, I'm going to be using the G Plus YouTube channel URL, and if you haven't already, you might want to subscribe to our latest content. All right, click that, go back here, click that, and click insert. All right, so you have that. Another option using the the insert is going to be inserting a picture. You can insert a picture from device, camera, or search on web. Now, once the photo has been added here, all right, just wait for it, and you can resize it for whatever you want. All right. For example, I'm going to make it a little bit around here just to... Now, another option in the Microsoft OneNote Online is the usage of draw section. We have a separate video on how to use the draw here for Windows 10. You might want to check that in our channel. But basically, you have an option to draw something like, for example, a pen, and I'm going to increase the thickness. You have the options here, and you can choose the ink color. For example, I'm going to be choosing something like a blue, and you can create anything under the sun using the draw button. For example, if you're working with multiple freelancers and you wanted to put in notes but you can't describe it by words, you might wanna use the draw feature or tool to make a context of what you wanted the message to be conveyed. All right, so that's basically one of the handy features that is available here on Microsoft OneNote, because our client right now normally uses the draw tool, because it's a lot easier for him to, for example, if he uses the highlight right here, gonna choosing the yellow. For example, he don't want this logo here, so he normally uses this and adds a sticky note, add a note or a comment, or he wanted to remove this specific area. It's a lot easier for you to use that, because Microsoft OneNote is used as a platform for team collaboration and for personal usage as well. So you can do that here on Microsoft OneNote. After doing all this, you have the option to have the immersive reader. The immersive reader is kind of like a handy tool. For example, if you type in some information here, you have the option to use a part of speech, right? Nouns, verbs, adjectives, and show labels if you want. You see that? It's gonna help you save your time, making your life easier using the Microsoft OneNote. Not only that, you also have the option for the text preferences. If you wanted to make it a little bit bigger, you can do that. You can also change the font size from Calibri, Sitka to Comic Sans. And of course, you have the themes. If you want to do it black, you can choose from any of the following themes depending on your preferences. And the reading preferences, if you want to choose a certain language, for example, you're not a Native American speaking person, you might want to choose the comfort level or comfort language that you wanted. You also have an option for the picture dictionary and the reading coach, which is new. This will give you like a grammar assistance. It's not intensive, but it's enough, of course, for you to handle most of the things that could make your life faster or your workflow faster. After doing all of this, you see, you also have an option for the page color. All right, if you don't want that, on the file section here on the top corner, you have an option to share this awesome project that you are working. You can share it with people. All you have to do is add their names here, group or email. You have an option to their access. You can have them edit the content, or it can view only, so they can accidentally make changes or delete it, or you can add a message and click on send or copy that link if you want. All right, so you have all of these options. Now on the file section again, you can have their print section. Click on their print button. All right, you can have an option to go for the Microsoft print to PDF. If you click on the see more, you have all these options. OneNote to desktop, send to OneNote 2010, OneNote for Windows 10, Microsoft XPS document writer, Microsoft print to PDF, fax. All right, so you have all these. If you click on the manage, you would be forwarded here. Scanning for your printer. You also have an option to print it on the landscape or portrait, and if it's black and white and color. So you have all of these options once you have saved your file here on Microsoft OneNote. It's very interesting to do. All right, on the home button, you can also view the section right here as a page color, rule lines if you want, and the recent history. If there are sudden changes, you see that these are going to be the recent history if you wanted. And on the editing section again, if you don't want people to edit that, you can do that as well. And in the editing, you can simply click this file, this button, so that it would open in desktop computer if you wanted, since you're using online. Most of the time, you want to make sure that the cloud icon here means that they are properly synced, so that you can work on datas across multiple devices, be it on the web version and the offline desktop application version. All right, and that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you again in the next one.